Suhas Uliyar, Vice President, Digital Assistants, AI, and Integrations at Oracle. Suhas has over 25 years of technical and business management experience in new category creation in enterprise software. He has launched over 20 products from concept through go-to-market in network management, enterprise mobile apps, chatbots powered by AI and cloud, generating over several hundred millions in revenue. Welcome, Suhas. Thank you and very glad to have you. Suhas, you lead the product management of Oracle Cloud Platform, specifically the digital assistants, AI, mobile, and integrations. Can you tell us more of your role?
Well, first of all, thanks, Srini, for having me. I have a fun job, and like what Michael Jordan once said, I play basketball and I get paid for it too. So actually, I have a fun job and I get paid for it too. I get to play with a lot of cool technologies, like you mentioned. So I'm responsible for managing the strategy, product vision, direction for a number of services, integration cloud, digital assistant, and some of the AI services around language, speech, document management, and the like. So it's a fun job. I get to play with a lot of innovative technologies that is really a sort of a key basis for digital transformations.
Given that integration is the backbone to any and all of digital solutions, can you tell us what is Oracle's strategy in cloud integrations?
So Srini, in the 90s, if you remember, we had a whole sort of wave of integration platforms on premise based around SOA. And it was primarily focused, integration was primarily focused to either being the backbone for application to application integrations to share data between them, what we refer to as application integration, or being used to move data into data warehouse, which is primarily ETL kind of use cases, primarily used for analytics in sort of data warehouses, right? In the last decade or so, right, with the innovation and the innovation in mobile and rapidly expanding digital transformative technologies like Internet of Things, blockchain, conversational AI, augmented reality, integration has gone way beyond sort of the traditional application to application integration use cases to basically become the core fabric to make data available to all these digital technologies without having to worry about the complexity that typically comes with these integrations, right? Gartner claims that 50% of the time and cost related to implementing digital technologies is related to integration. And I'm sure you also agree. I mean, we've been doing mobile and other types of digital transformations for quite some time. And from our experience, and even with the innovation in things like low code, no code, I would still say that 70 to 80% of the cost and time related to building effective digital solutions is spent in integrating data and maintaining things like data integrity and security, right? So that is sort of one big strategy and the trend, which is to be able to use integration as the fabric for all digital transformative technologies. The other big trend, as you all see today, is migrating applications to the cloud. But all our customers are somewhere in their journey to the cloud and still have to manage many applications on premise, so a true sort of hybrid deployment of existing applications on premise and new applications in the cloud. So this brings in additional complexity to integrate cloud to cloud, cloud to ground, ground to ground. So all these different paradigms of where data is, and do it in a cost-effective way and do it in a way that is performant from a user expectations perspective. And then to be able to automate these business processes across these applications, regardless of where they are, right? So there's the other trend is to what Gartner refers to as the enterprise iPaaS, and being able to support all these different paradigms of where applications are, custom or off the shelf, and being able to automate business processes across this. So our strategy is essentially to enable an enterprise-grade iPaaS platform with an API-first approach that enables customers to effectively and efficiently connect their applications to their cloud enable these integrations as APIs, provide a low-code tool to automate business processes across its applications, and as I mentioned, to be able to expose these APIs that can be consumed by app developers building out these new interfaces or new experiences, digital experiences like mobile or conversational, or be able to expose them to blockchain type of applications. So some of the things we are doing is we're continuing to add machine learning. We already have some machine learning capabilities in the in integration, but to expand on that to do things like anomaly detection, being able to predict if something is an impending issue is going to come around, and being able to effectively handle it to ensure uninterrupted business operations. So in a nutshell, our strategy is to continue to simplify and make it easy to increase time to value with the out-of-the-box recipes and supported business accelerators.
Connectivity and simplicity is a key element in the digital transformation and, of course, the user experience. You have been focusing extensively on digital assistants, AI, and machine learning. Tell us more about what are digital assistants, what are the use cases, and how our customers can get started.
Sure, Srini. So you may know digital assistants more commonly as chatbots. Digital assistants enable a new way of digital experience that use natural conversations to interact with data in enterprise applications. These interactions are powered by AI using deep learning capabilities for things like natural language understanding and processing. So what makes a digital assistant different from chatbots is that, number one, it enables the user to interact with a number of multiple chatbots, what we refer to as skills, rather than just one skill. So imagine you're an employee of an organization dealing with HR, with IT help desk, with procurement, with expenses. So you have all these different chatbots or skills. The digital assistant provides one mechanism through which you can interact with all these different sort of skills, if you like. The second thing where digital assistants differ from simple chatbots is that the dialogue and the conversations are much more richer, much more complex with context, state, and the full process behind this. So it's not just a question of asking a question and getting an answer, but truly being an assistant that helps you through a process. So for example, if you say, I have a change in marital status, or I have a newborn in my family, what should I do? Typical chatbot will answer and say, oh, you need to update your W-4 or do your benefits, update your benefits. But a digital assistant will actually walk you through the process of actually completing that process itself. The third thing is that digital assistants are more proactive and support what we refer to as application-initiated conversations, rather than a simple chatbot that is typically sort of initiated by a user, right? So that's sort of what the digital assistant is and what we do. And I think you asked about different use cases. The use cases that is sort of what we see more prominent and also shows maximum value, i.e. ROI, is in the customer self-service, which is truly driving down cost of customer service and increasing sort of customer satisfaction and what we refer to as net promoter scores, NPS. And it really comes down to the fact that, being able to quickly respond instead of, standing, waiting in a line, waiting for the next agent to be available, or, waiting for the agent to transfer you to somebody else who's probably going to ask you the same question over and over again. So this is sort of where we are able to provide a much better sort of customer self-service through the digital assistant. Similar to external customer service, which I just described, we're seeing a tremendous amount of uptake in internal employee service across HR, across IT help desk, that also includes some of the ERP use cases. This is where the digital assistant really shines, where as an employee of an organization, I may have questions related to HR. I may have IT help desk questions like how do I get email on my iPhone, et cetera, et cetera. At the same time, I want to submit my expense or procure a new laptop, all of that done within the confines of one digital assistant. And in terms of sort of the use cases and sort of how people can get used to it or try it out, they can just literally talk to you guys or go to oracle.com, and it's part of the OCI, or the Oracle Cloud Infrastructure Service. You can try it, and you can get going with all the documentation and everything available online.
What trends will most impact the organizations on how they leverage cloud integrations, API, and automation with the digital assistants in 2020 and beyond? What is the advice to our customers on what they must be doing to accelerate digital transformation in their organizations?
So Srini, this year has been challenging to everyone in this world, including all our customers. This pandemic has driven all of us to work remotely, which is making it really difficult for our customers to scale to support their customers and employees. I mean, we are fortunate that we are in the technology business. We travel quite a bit, so sometimes working from home is a respite, and we can work remotely efficiently because we have the technology, access to technology. We work for tech companies, and for us, it is life as normal as it could be working remotely. But for a lot of enterprise customers and their employees, it is very different, very difficult. So enabling remote working means enabling customers to access data from anywhere, any place, securely, and with acceptable performance, right? So this means that applications need to be integrated, data exposed in a secure way that can be consumed by multiple channels, being able to drive sort of self-service capability either through mobile apps or through digital or virtual assistants or chatbots. So our customers can scale without compromising on quality of service, right? So I would say the biggest trend in 2020 and going beyond is the ability for enterprises to really sort of take inventory of all their applications, all their assets, make sure that they're all integrated so the processes are automated, and not only the processes are automated, but all the data elements are exposed in a secure, RESTful interface through APIs that can be easily consumed through all these digital channels, whether it's mobile or a new web channel or using things like the digital assistant. And the last part I would say is this is sort of where we're seeing this growth of adoption in the cloud, because the cloud does become a very sort of easy and a critical way, a simple way to consume these services without having to sort of have all your infrastructure, right? So now that everyone's working remotely, being able to have these options where no matter where the employee is, to be able to connect to a data center, whether they're working remotely or working in a different region, to have that kind of speed and access to data and applications. So the cloud and access to data and access to self-service and digitizing sort of your processes is sort of where I see the biggest trends, and where this pandemic is sort of causing those priorities to shift towards more enablement for their employees and their customers.
Question 5. How do you envision partner integrators like SuneraTech, who provide professional services, playing a key role in enabling customers succeed, leveraging Oracle's cloud platform for extending enterprise applications with API, mobile, digital assistants?
So Srini, first of all, thank you for being a great partner. All successful implementations and success stories with our customers have partners like yourselves playing an absolute critical role. There is no doubt about that. Understanding the business flow, logic, application interfaces, bringing in sort of the best practices and experiences that you have gained and cultivated from other implementation truly minimizes the risk for our customers. Now we can go and innovate, we can build new products, we can try and build as many sort of low code, no code, simple tools. But the fact of the matter is that without partners like yourselves that understand sort of the business flow, understand the reason why someone is doing something, truly understand sort of the reasons why something is integrated or something is automated or something is provided as a digital channel, it is very difficult to minimize risk. And that is sort of where partners are critical with the experience and the expertise they bring to the play, right? We have several consultants in your company that we've trained and certified in our products. And in turn, sort of, you guys have a very close relationship with us directly. I mean, you guys have access to our product teams, our engineering teams. If there's an issue, you know who to call, and you know that you'll get an immediate response. And that truly sort of helps our customers when your teams are engaged, right? So you guys provide that real, true conduit and bridge to be able to bridge or do the translation between what the customer is trying to do and what the product does, and that's invaluable. In addition to this, sort of me and the other partners provide sort of things like Kickstart or Jumpstart programs with pre-built components and methodologies that truly and really ensures a successful, happy, and a referenceable customer. So it really comes down to you guys are the sort of subject matter experts. You're the trusted experts with our customers. And it's a pleasure for us to be able to help you, train you on new technologies. And in turn, you provide us all the more important use cases that we can continue to improve our product. So that partnership is invaluable. And thank you for that.
Suhas, thank you for joining us and sharing the insights with us. Really appreciate it. Thank you.